So as we are starting the show right now, the Lakers Summer League team is playing, and this has been the debut of Bronny James.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to preface this by saying something, and I want to be very clear about this. I am not rooting against Bronny James. I have nothing against Bronny James at all. He's a 19-year-old kid, and I'm rooting for him. Okay, I want to get that out of the way. Here's the reality of the situation. Bronny James, right now, does not belong anywhere near the NBA. He's not anywhere near talented enough to actually have a position in the NBA and have an NBA contract. The thing that really bothered me at the press conference to introduce him and connect as the new rookies on this Lakers team.
His fashion?
It wasn't the fashion. I don't care about fashion. What bothered me was the insistence on the Laker organization, namely one Rob Pelinka, to say he's earned this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop. Just stop right there. The only reason that Bronny James is a Laker is because his father wants him to be a Laker. Just say it. Don't pretend like, well, he earned this. He didn't earn anything. There are literally thousands of college basketball players that have very similar numbers to Bronny James, and none of them would ever in a million years get a sniff of the NBA. The only reason Bronny James has a contract with the Lakers is his father. Just say it for what it is. And this is something that you have to address, because we're going to get into more about strikeout with the Lakers in their efforts to try to upgrade this team and why this is happening. I got a little insight a little bit later on in a text exchange I had with one Michael Thompson.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, so I'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. But this charade, I mean, just call it for what it is. It's a sideshow. And it will be history. It'll be the first father-son ever to play in the same team. But the idea that Bronny James earned this, or he belongs, he doesn't. And we're seeing it in full scale today in this Summer League game. Not only can't he shoot, he can't play defense. Like, he's on the ground. Like, they're doing crossovers and literally putting him on the seat of his pants. I remember, and I've had a friend of mine who actually announced his high school games. So I remember a couple of years ago asking him, give me the insight. How good is Bronny? He goes, how good is Bronny? I'll say this. He is probably the fourth best player on this team.
And this was in high school.
In high school.
Okay.
So he was the fourth best player on his high school team, which is why his senior year he made second team all-league. I mean, Bronny James, I'm not blaming the kid. I'm not. He has a dream to play. A lot of kids have the dream to play in the NBA, and 99.999% of them will never get that opportunity. He's getting the opportunity for only one reason, and that's his father, period.
Yeah, I think nobody is rooting against Bronny. Nobody out there wants Bronny James to fail. This isn't about that. But there is a lot of pretending going on when it surrounds Bronny and the Lakers organization. And aside from pretending that he did earn this, aside from just being LeBron James' son, I really did not like that Bronny himself, when he was asked about playing with LeBron, said, I never thought about playing with my dad. That is what bothered me more than anything, because Bronny, your dad has been saying this for years. We already know that this is what he wanted, and what father would not want to do this? We don't blame Bronny or LeBron for wanting this. It's just the way it was handled, all the pretending, all the juice that they keep trying to feed us for us to take and start believing. It's like nobody is believing this. We understand why he's here, and even though a lot of us think, this is unfair. It's like, you get to do this, LeBron. It is you. You get to do this. If anyone's going to get to do it, it's you. But I hated that Bronny didn't answer that question with, man, I didn't know I would get to play with my dad, but how cool is that? Embrace it at this point. Stop pretending. Embrace it now. You are here. Say how cool it is that you get to do this, that no one's ever going to get to do it, that you're the first one. Say all that. Embrace it. Don't tell me you never thought about playing with your dad.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're 100% right. If LeBron had just come out and said, what father would not dream of this opportunity? I am we've had obviously a lot of fathers and sons that have played in the NBA over the years. It's not that uncommon. It's just that they've not been so close in age where you could actually be on the court at the same time. And this will be the first time ever. But if LeBron said something along the lines like, what father would not want to do this for his son if you had an opportunity to do this? The argument is it's the 55th pick in the draft. How many 55th picks in the draft have ever played in the NBA? It's a short list. So you're not really using anything.
Correct.
Just call it for what it is.
Right. You would get more people to understand your side of it.
If Rob Pelinka, who continues to masquerade as a general manager.
That's rude.
It just said, look, we had an opportunity, call it a sideshow. You call it whatever you want to call it. But we had an opportunity to make history for this organization. And we feel like LeBron has brought much to our organization. Financially, he has. And
to the game.
If we had an opportunity to do this for LeBron, why not? It's a second-round pick. Who cares?
Because if they were upfront about it, especially now, it's like, guys, it's done. He's literally playing right now, right? With the Lakers jersey on. If you are now at this point upfront about it, then the conversation is going to change now. It's going to shift to, okay, what can Bronny do? Because I think a lot of people are just kind of like, maybe Bronny could have had a little bit more experience in college. I think that's what more people are saying. Nobody wants Bronny to fail. That's not what this conversation is about. But it's like, stop pretending, embrace it now at this point so that we can change the conversation as to what happens now moving forward with the Lakers having the first father and son duo on the court at the same time.
All right. By the way, just quick update on this game. So, again, this has been a pretty much unwatchable, as most Summer League games are. A bunch of guys that will never see the light of day in the NBA. The Sacramento Kings, 2, as they're calling it. It's their second Summer League team, taking on the Lakers Summer League team. And right now the Kings are leading 96-84, 4.5 minutes to go in this game. The bad news for the Lakers isn't exactly Bronny, who is 2 for 8 shooting, can't play any defense. He's plus-minus in this game as a -13. A bigger concern is your number 1 pick, Dalton Knecht, who's also in this game, 2 for 11 shooting in this game, a -17. So the 2 draft picks for the Lakers struggling mightily in their first Summer League game. And I'm not going to, judge anyone on a Summer League game. It's more an eyeball test.
Of course.
And that's what I'm watching. And early on, crossovers got the best of Bronny, and I'm just looking at a guy that was by someone, that, again, who announced their games, saying he's the 4th best player on his own high school team, and he looks exactly like that.
Yes. Again.
Playing against professionals that are fighting for a job in the league.
Right.
Something that he's already guaranteed to have.
Didn't have a lot of experience in college and probably could have used a little more.